Hello everybody, I was just making this shit for fun and I was like, bro, why not record it so you have free content for YouTube? So yeah, I'm making a tier list for all the DLC items and equipments, starting from, the bottom and then going up. So let me just, tell you a bit about what I'm doing right now. So in S, we have Lost Year's Lances and Voids and Flame. So reason why I put Lost Year's Lances in S is because I'm fucking biased, okay? I love this item, I love the idea of instantly killing shit, and I'm glad that it's in the game, and I'm glad that it's actually as good as it is. And, not affecting TP fights does not matter at all, because if you have literally any other items, especially something called APR, then yeah, it won't matter at all. So you can freely just get this even on Railgunner and you'll still be doing fine. Voice and Flame is just that good, it deserves S. Imagine just having Will-O-Wisp, but instead of having to wait for shit to die, you just get the effect right away. Really good shit. As for the Executive card, I put it in S because it's really funny. I love that the description says 10% cashback. That still makes me laugh to this day. But other than that, yeah, it's actually really fucking good because you can potentially almost triple the items you get, depending on how many multi-shops you get. Because, this makes multi-shops not close, which is really good. It also affects, what shall I call it? Where is it? The new green one, there it is, here. It affects that one too. So, it's pretty good synergy, I would say. Anyway, now we have the Whipping Fungus. This is a no-brainer take on pretty much any survivor except for the Void Fiend. I made the mistake of taking this on the Void Fiend, and I still got a good run, so, S tier definitely deserved. I should probably considering putting it higher or lower, but I'm gonna leave it here because I don't like the effect as much as these two. Like, these two are really, chef's kiss with the visuals, the sound effects, amazing, love them. Pluripotent Larva, I have not gotten this yet, but it's a Void Dios, and I love Dios, and this one turns your regular items into any Void version that exists of that item. So that sounds pretty good. I cannot wait to get this in a run, because man, this sounds really fun. I love Void items, and I love Dios, so this is really just, boom, perfect combo. Encrusted Key is literally Rust Key, but for Void items, and you have the potential of getting, Fungus, Voice and Flame, Lost Year's Lances, Safer Spaces, Pollute, whenever, you can just get anything you want, basically, with Encrusted Keys, and they're really good. I like that they gave you the Void potential thing instead of, just one item, and that's it. Now, this is the second lunar that I ranked. It's Egocentrism, and basically, this is like the first lunar item that I actually like that actually has a downside. Because before this, I loved the Defiant Gouge and Mercurial Rakis, but you couldn't really count them as, downsides or anything. They just kind of do things that can, fuck you over in a run, but not really, depends on how strong you are. So, they don't really count as lunars in my opinion. And then you have Rooks of Versi and Answers of Andersee, and these are pretty much good on almost every survivor. I especially like taking these on Huntress. And again, I don't really count them as lunars. And all of these, either I don't need them, like Glass, or I don't like them, like Gesture, or, they're unnecessary. So I'd never really take them. But for egocentrism, that's kind of something you could consider. That's something you can actually think over because it's only one item per minute and it gets stronger. It's 360% damage per orb. Really powerful effect. So S. I think low end of S really fits it. As for safer spaces, I have a very hard bias against overtimes. They're way too strong for me. So whenever I can avoid them or anything, I love it. And this turns tougher times into a weaker version of itself unless you stack them to a absurd amount or unless you get gesture. But until then, this is just right for me. You just block one instance of damage. You're good to go. You have to wait for it to recharge. It's pretty good. Balance. I like it. Plasma Shrimp and Pollute. Now, I don't really like Plasma Shrimp, But, you know, I do know that it's powerful, so I put it in A. I prefer ATGs because I love big numbers instead of many numbers. I know for a fact that these two together are absolute shredders. They are single target gods. So yeah, they definitely deserve A tier. The reason they're not higher is because I don't really like them, because I prefer having the AoE from Ukulele and the big damage from ATG. Regardless, they're pretty good items. Goobo Jr. Now this one is definitely gonna make so many people turn their heads like, what the fuck is this guy on about? But Goobo Jr. I love it. You know, I've loved it ever since I first saw it in the Dead Thoughts. One of my favorite equipments. Probably not as much as my favorite as, you know, the Exaggerate card. Or yeah, that's about it. But it's still definitely right there, you know, at the top for me. Especially if you get 3 fuses and you wait to get all 3 charges back, then yeah, this equipment really just it's nice to have it. I like it. Tenta Bubble. You know, I haven't really noticed this item doing as much as Void Sand Flame, Plasma Shrimp, Pollute. You know, sure, it's definitely better than Chrono Bubble because it immobilizes them, but you know, it's still Chrono Bubble at the core, so it doesn't really do much. Light Set Cell, the reason it's not in S is because I don't really play many survivors that can benefit off of this, and I haven't really felt the power yet. And also, it, you know, makes equipments worse, in a sense. You don't get the charges anymore. You just get charges to your R. So, you know, it's just low A for now. I might change my mind, I don't know. Tricorn, IB. I don't really care about this equipment, like, at all. Sure, I know that it's pretty powerful to get a yellow item on command, but that's exactly why I don't like it. Like, you get one use of it, then it turns into a useless equipment, fuses don't affect it, you have to change to another equipment because the used one has a 6-second cooldown, so I guess it's nice to get any yellow item you want in the game from the get-go, but I don't really care as much as this one. This is really funny to get. Needletek, I'm still not sure how the fuck this one compares to Bleed, but I think it's worse. So I just kind of take it, maybe on Railgunner, the one who maybe cannot really stack normal bleed, you know, as well as the others. But other than that, I just kind of randomly take it. I don't know, honestly. It doesn't really affect me at all to get this or this as a Railgunner specifically. But if I'm like Huntress or Commando, then maybe I would prefer this. Not really sure. In C tier we have the Molotov. This one is really nice. Like it's little bit of a burst of damage, but the thing is, it's kind of random where the puddles show up. It's still pretty nice though. It's nice damage, and of course this can make your ignition tank, where is it here, not useless. Because if you're not playing Artificer, then you know your ignition tank wouldn't really do much. But you have this equipment and you hold on to it, then yeah, this can definitely be a good combo. In C tier we also have the Singularity Bands. Now, I love that they actually made a void item for bands and that they turn both bands into this item. The thing I don't like is that it's just worse, you know? Sure, it's pretty much utility now. You get a big sphere where all the items are sucked into it and, you know, they get damage at the end, and that damage also has a proc coefficient of 1.0, so this means that this item can also proc other items on top of it, including itself. I've seen many clips of people getting Gesture and Blast Shower and just using this band to make, you know, infinite band procs, which is really funny. But other than that, I don't really want to take it over regular bands, almost in any case. I would love it if it got like a little bit of a damage buff, like 150%, 150% per stack. Other than that, yeah, I don't really take it over regular bands almost ever. But I do like the concept. I do love the design. I wish it would go a little higher. I got it like 3 or 4 times, but I didn't really like it as much as the regular bands. This one, never got it yet because, you know, it was bugged. But from what I saw, it's not really, you know, desirable to get Void allies that when they die, they create the Void Nova that instantly kills you. And you can get several Void allies from several stacks of this. So yeah, not really. I love allies, and I haven't gotten it yet, so my opinion might change. But yeah, that sounds dangerous. Benthic Bloom, it's in C because it's a fucking meme. It's not bad, it's not good, it heavily depends on what you get, heavily depends on when you get it. And you know, when I did get it, it was really funny. It was extremely overwhelming because it kept making more of itself. I had like 5 stacks of this at one point in the run, and each stage I had to carefully look at what just got changed in my goddamn, you know, inventory. So yeah, it's really funny, really cool meme, but I wouldn't take it instantly, like stage 1 or 2 if I get it. So really weird item, but I like it. I like the concept, the theme. I like it. As for the remote Caffeinator, I think C is too high for it because, you know, 25% maximum heal, like maximum health heal. What's the point? You have much better equipment like Wood Sprite and Foreign Fruit that do it much better. Also Leech that heals you when you hit things, which is probably what you want to do most of the time anyway. So yeah, I don't really know. It should probably be in D, but I'm gonna leave it at C because it can heal allies, and that could be maybe good in multiplayer. It could be good for your Gubos. You know, depends. F tier for Geology 0. I am sorry, but I don't like lunar items. And this one makes more lunar items more common. You know, I don't like that, so it's an F tier, that's it. Moving on now, new items. We have more F tier material. I do not care about these pauldrons at all. The stone pauldron especially, like who cares about more health if you can just survive just fine with mobility? Why give up mobility for more health? Who needs that? Not me. I prefer mobility in this game, and you know, I'm just gonna put this in F tier. This one, however, this one can be nice. Still probably like D or F, but when I got it, it was nice because it was like, you know, 2 alien heads, even better than that. And, you know, on the survivors I played, that means you can go around faster because your mobility skills are off cooldown more often. You can spam them. But then again, if you get like 2 stacks, your attack speed becomes so slow that it's hard to get stuff going. Now, I got this in a pretty late in a run, but it still made my attack speed that slow. Like, it was honestly unbearable. But it's not bad. It's not as bad as these two for me. So maybe I'm just gonna put it in low C for now. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because if you get it later on in a run, it doesn't really matter, honestly. But if you get it early on, that could be kind of annoying. Sure, you get half the cooldowns, but also half the attack speed, and you know, I don't know. Low C for now. Shut up. I make the rules here. This one, same deal as Zoya, whatever, but it's better. So low A. That's about it. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. This one gets a low. Actually, I don't know if I want to put it in A or S, but I do love the effect. Okay, so I'm gonna put it. Yeah, probably high A, definitely for sure. I just love the, you know, chaotic theme of it. It's chaotic. It's supposed to be chaotic. You don't choose what equipment effect you get. You may get a J Elephant, you may get a Leech, you may get a Crit, you may get the backup drones, you may even get Gubo. You might even get, if you have these two together, you might even get the one from the Caffeinator, and purchasing sodas from this activates this, which in turn activates this. It's a really cool combo. It's really funny. And what else? Yeah, Chaos is just really cool thematically. Like Benthic Bloom, it's a really cool theme. But the usefulness is debatable, of course. But that's okay, because, you know, this game is all about RNG, it's all about luck, whatever the fuck. I don't care. So if I get a Prayon and I waste it to ground, or if I get a vase and I waste it to, you know, go 2 meters ahead, I don't care. It's still fine to me. I love getting this item. If I have an equipment, if I don't, then I'm mad. And if I die without it, then I'm also mad. But yeah, definitely high A, maybe even low S. Not sure about it. This one, I don't want to put anything higher than last year's, but I think I have to. I really have to. Getting this item, you know what it feels like? It feels like having Cap Bleed on a high attack rate survivor with attack speed. That's how it feels like to get this fucking Scorpion, which feels so random, so unexpected in this game. But if the effect is amazing. It's OP. Like, bro, it's just, I don't know how to explain it in words. You just have to try it out for yourself. But yeah, definitely IS. This is a really good effect. And very satisfying too. ICBM. You get a fat B, maybe? Low A, high B, low B. Definitely better than Needletek, I would say. Then again, if you don't have any missile items, then yeah, low B. You're gonna stay in low B for now, because of course, if you get missile items, this shit is bonkers. I don't have to tell you that. Because if you get, an ATG, fireworks, disposable missile launcher, or if you're playing engineer for some reason and not huntress, goddamn you Opal, then this item gets really strong, of course. But without them, if you get like early on in a run, and your luck is that bad, then it's not really doing much, like at all. So maybe I'm just gonna put it in high B, low A. Because I mean, if you do get it going, then this is really powerful. So high B for now. Yeah, sure. Why not? Because getting this disposable missile launcher with this item feels like that's what disposable missile launcher should have been from the start, which is awesome. A really good feeling. What else? We have Ben's Raincoat. I've loved this item ever since I first saw it. But in terms of, being in S tier, I think it should be not low nor high, but it should be somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to put it higher than Fungus. Because, getting rid of all debuffs, that's really cool. And that's really simple. But I love simple but powerful effects. As you might have noticed by Scorpion, this, and this one being in S tier. Also this ones. So yeah, really simple but powerful effects are really my cup of tea, Moving on, we have spare drone parts. You definitely get low A, but higher than this one. This one actually makes drones powerful. Like, I like getting drones already without this item, but getting this item on top makes it even more worth it. Because now your allies are, they literally get a fucking ATG in their kit. And that's awesome. So yeah, definitely you deserve A. You might go higher than Gubo. Actually, no, you might go. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Moving on, laser scope. I don't really know how impactful this is, but basically your crits go from doing 2 times damage to 3 times damage. That sounds good. I don't really notice it a lot when I get it, especially when I play Railgunner, which is when it matters probably the most. So you are going to be higher than Gubo in A. That's fine. Ignition tank. You get a fat low A. Because again, if you, for example, you're going for Mithrix or any other boss, you don't really get many chances to use Ignition tank because, you kind of rely on stuff like Molotov or gasoline, or if you're playing Artificer, or if you get somehow this goddamn aspect, or if you get an FMP with gasolines, you don't really have many chances to do it single target. But if you are just looping, then this one is really, really powerful. In fact, so powerful that I might put it somewhere in between A, like this, yeah. This is somewhere ordered, I'm not really paying attention too much to it, but... Moving on, Region Scrap. Oh, I like this one. This is a really weird item. Before we knew what it did, I was hoping it would synergize with Scrap and or consumed items. So stuff like use Dios or use Elixirs and stuff like that. I was hoping it would synergize with those too, but instead this is just simply a green scrap you get every stage, which is actually kind of nice to get. So I'm gonna put you in the high end of B. Maybe. Not sure if I want to put you in A. Because I mean, this feels stronger than Nucleus. So yeah, definitely higher than Nucleus. Higher than Lyset Cells though? Yeah, definitely higher than this two. Sure, moving on. Again, I'm not paying much attention to that lower order at all. Shurikens! Now, I've been playing Railgunner a lot, so this is gonna be very biased. But these fuckers can hella cuck you out of your bands, as a Railgunner specifically. However, on any other survivor, except maybe a Huntress, any other survivor, these are really powerful. They're really good, and stacking them only gets stronger. So they definitely deserve to be probably in low... mid S. Probably higher than Raincoat. Probably something like that, yeah. I like them, you know, but the survivors I play really get gimped because of them. So for example, Huntress and Railgunner, the Shurikens can and probably will hit the enemy first before your shot does. And that really irks me. Makes me mad. Shipping request. Now, at first, I was really confused. I was like, bro, they just literally made a lockbox, an old lockbox, into a green item. What's the point? But then I realized this thing is noticeable, unlike a lockbox. You spawn to a stage, you explore a little bit, you find it. Guaranteed. You will not go a stage without finding this thing. So it's really good. And again, synergy with this card right here, you get both items, so it's really good. And stacking it makes varieties better, like old lockbox. Now, as for how good it is, I would say it's probably on par with Regen Scrap. So probably the same tier here, so like A. It should probably be higher because it's basically like getting an executive card but light. I don't know. Moving on. Hunter's Harpoon. Getting this with Forgive Me Please feels really nice because you get the burst of speed to get around stages faster. Other than that, it's not that great, but it's still better than ICBM, I think. Just kidding, I don't know, honestly. Again, ICBM is just either it does nothing or it does the most things. So ranking it, it's kind of awkward. I wish I could put like 2 of them in tiers, but I don't think I can. So like 1 for no missile items that does fucking nothing, so it should probably go in F, and 1 for that has items and it should probably go in S. So maybe B. I don't. Making tiers is hard. Shut up. So Hunter's Harpoon, you get probably higher than Needletek. Actually, yeah, low B sounds good. Although lower than these fuckers, higher than these fuckers. Sure, why not? I don't care. Opal. Wow, I can't speak anymore. I'm going to say, how long have I been recording? Oh shit, 22 minutes. Anyway, I did not think I would like Opal as much as I did. It's like, you know, safer spaces, but a little worse because it's armor and not just guaranteed blocking damage. Also, this one is extremely good on Void Fiend because you can get a free use of your Corrupted R to extend your corruption and move on with your day, just without getting damaged. So that's really nice. Now, as for Opal, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the defensive, you know, aspect of it. And how powerful is it, and how much do I like it? To put in S tier or A tier? Let's see. Definitely, I think it should be higher than Ignition Tank. So probably middle A. This sounds good, I think. Yeah, sounds good. And if you get both of these, you have literally double barrier, which is awesome. Awesome. I can't speak properly anymore. I've been talking too much. Yeah, sounds good. Moving on. Elixir. I fucking hate consumable items. The only thing that's not letting me put this in F is the fact that Watch exists. The fact that Watch exists make this and this a little better together, because going below or at 25% HP makes Elixirs get consumed before Watches. And that's literally the only thing not making me put this on a D. I don't care how strong the effect is. I don't care that Gallica Watch is actually fucking OP because you get 20% damage per stack and you kill stuff faster and stacking is really good. I don't care that Elixirs save Gallica Watches. I don't care that Elixirs are 75% HP heals. I don't like consumable items. The only exceptions are extra lives or things that give you more stuff later on, you know, stuff like that. Or stuff that gives you really powerful items. These Dude, if you're playing Mercenary, this, you know what that could have been? That could have been a fucking Focus Crystal. Think about that. If you play Mercenary, Loader, Acrid, any melee characters, if you get a Delicate Watch, you're probably molding because you didn't get it on Focus Crystal. Focus Crystals don't get consumed when you go low HP, you get them every time. I don't like consumable items, and maybe you got the idea by now. So I'm maybe being a little bit rough, harsh, and too quick on the decision here, but I'm gonna leave them in D. I don't care. Roll of pennies. Now you're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna put this higher than this too, because for the pre-loop, the gold you get from this is kind of juicy. So I'm probably gonna put it higher than Hundreds Harpoon in B, sure. Moving on, Mocha. You are going S, but where in S? I love Mocha or Mocha. So where exactly do I want to put you? Definitely higher than Egocentrism, higher than Encrusted Key, higher than... yeah, about here. Yeah, I love the effect. Stacking these items feels amazing, and I just like it. I even take it over Syringe or Godov in a multi-shop, because, I mean, why not? You know, it feels really good. Is there anything else that I missed? Probably not. So yeah, this is pretty much my tier list. I'm probably gonna pause the recording right now and see if I want to order anything more properly in the tier list itself. So let's see you later. Alright, we are back. I did change a little bit of things, actually. So I was extremely conflicted on this pauldron. I want to put it in D. But, you know, thinking about it a little more, this effect is way better than this one. So I'm gonna leave it at low of C, you know, the lowest end of C. I moved Defense Nucleus from A to lowest B, because the condition to activate this is much worse than, you know, Harpoon or Pennies. So I'm gonna put it in lowest B. It's not really bad. I like the little highlights you get from it, the constructs, but, you know, these two are kinda better, I think. As for Needletek, again, you know, ICBM and Tricorn, all of these 5 items, they're all 6 items. They have weird conditions, they're maybe side grades, maybe downgrades, they maybe do stuff, maybe they don't, maybe they're useless. Maybe they give you something really good. You know, this tier is basically about those kind of items. Good effect under the right conditions, but they don't really do much otherwise. I did decide to punch myself in the face and not biased anymore, so I put Elixir and Delicate Watch in A, because they are indeed strong effects, right? Like, I'm not gonna deny that. I'm gonna try to deny that anymore. They are extremely strong effects, so especially when paired up together. But again, the consumable aspect of it just pisses me off. Elixir a little less, because this can save you again, so it's like having a Deus Light, so it's not really bad to have it. Unlike maybe Delicate Watch. Delicate Watch, many people like it because they don't get hit, so they're like gods of the game, they never get hit, they never die. So this is just a straight upgrade to anything else they can get that's a white. But, you know, for, you know, regular people, they might get hit, they might fall below 25% HP, they might have printed 10 of them, and they might lose 10 of them. And that could piss someone off. Especially the fact that they all, like, get broken at the same time. That's just why. But again, the effect is strong, so I'm not gonna, you know, be stubborn about it. I'm just gonna put them in A and call it a day and move on. These two are definitely still in the lowest end of A. I don't really know if they should be lower than this, or I don't know. Honestly, they're really weird cases, so I'm just gonna move on from them. I did not change anything in A and anything in S. It's the exact same as before, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, remember that this is heavily my opinion as well, not only how strong they are. So again, something like Polyut and Plasma, they should probably be in S for how strong they are and how much they can shred, but I don't like them as much as their regular counterparts, and I don't like them as much as these ones in S, alright? So yeah, that's about it. That's my tier list, and yeah, that's how I feel about the DLC. It's an amazing DLC. It added a lot of things, added a lot of, you know, funny things, fun stuff. I love playing the game. I always did love playing the game, And now it's even better than before. I just, really cool things they added. So yeah. This has been my tier list, and now let's see the comments and the people in Discord and see what they say about it, how wrong I am. I don't give a shit. Goodbye.